Welcome back to Just Carve Rob. What are we doing today, Rob? Well, we got this cigarette lighter holder thing. The Jordy sent us, Epoxy, that's what it is. And this is the one he carved for us and sent to us. And we got a couple magnets. Because I don't smoke, what I'll do is I'll put the lighter in there with the magnets on the cart that the torches are on. I can just stick that right to it, and then I'll always know where that lighter is. Until I don't, right? Right. Okay. So we're going to carve this lighter case. And we'll probably be using both the micro motors. I probably won't be using the Dremel. All right? All right. So let's get stuff set up and be right back. Are you ready for the dreaded voiceover? We got a ball burr and a sphere pointy end mill and a cigarette lighter. Epoxy lighter case Jordy sent us. Yep, that's what we're carving. Here we go. We're going. There we go. Okay, we have the micromotor with a very small round sphere, 1/32 shaft. So, or 3/32, I'm sorry. Shaft with a small carbide ball thing on there. We're cutting the forehead in. And now we're going to put where we're going to put the eyes in at, right there. This guy's going to have a lot of hair flying all over the place, so we're not going to give him a really big forehead because the hair is going to be flying back off of it. Maybe I'll move it up a little bit once we get rolling here. Just kind of using stuff for placement. This is very thin. You got to remember, these lighter cases are only about maybe an eighth or a fuzz more, 3/16 of an inch thick. I don't think they're 3/16. I think they're more like eighth, maybe a little less. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to cut the nose in here. Use that round burr to go down alongside the nose for the eyes. And then we're just going to work the nose, remembering that we can't have our nose sticking way out there because it ain't going to fly. You put the nose in too deep, you're going to cut through. So you got to remember to pay attention to that. I mean, it's very hard to get these little eyes put in with, with it being this shallow. So we're just going to have to make it shallow. Maybe we'll just cut them right through. I think that'd be the best way. Just cut it through, and then the eyes could be the same as the lighter. So whatever color lighter you put in there, green, red, blue, purple, black, fuchsia, it's going to shine through the eyes and the mouth. We're just going to give them negative space and pop them right through. I tried and cut the eyes in, and yeah, this is just very thin. So it is what it is. It's just a lighter case, people, that nobody's going to see unless they go in my toolbox, which nobody's allowed in there. Yep, I'm kind of that way. I don't loan my tools out. When I was younger, I used to loan them out. Never get them back. Never get them back. Then you go to track them down, and the guy's like, well, no, that's mine. I was like, the hell it is. How much did you pay for it? Why's it got my initials on it? That's right. I initial everything. All my tools have my initials on them, so I know they're my tools. Because the tools I buy, or used to buy, they're not cheap. They're Craftsman and Snap-on. That's what I got for hand tools, big sockets, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Don't have to worry about that no more. And boxes are locked. Been locked for a long time. Even lock them so I don't get the urge to go out and use them. Lock. I got control of myself. Don't want to hurt myself. So You got to lock the toolboxes. Then when you go out there and you're like, I think I'll do that. You're like, nope, can't. Don't. The keys are in the house. That's too far to walk to get the keys. So, yeah, we're using that little pointy end mill thing. I got this from Amazon. After I think I seen Woodsyke using this. He's the one that got me into using these little ball burrs for trying to do the eyes, around the eyes and that. So I got some pretty small spears. Too bad they're mostly diamonds. Okay, now we've got a little flame fine. It's very fine. Carbide burr here, shaped like a flame or a football or whatever you want to call it. And that seems to be working the best on this epoxy. I have used the diamond on it. It's not that terrible. It kind of plugs it up a little bit. But that little brass brush you see me keep using, you just turn that on and let it ride that brass brush and it cleans it up all right. This epoxy is a mess. Man, looks like I got 2 pounds of coke laying on my workbench. But it's epoxy dust. You don't want to snort that. You glue all your boogers in your head. Okay. You'd be like, oh, I'm so stuffed up. Yeah, you're going to have to. Well, let's just drop that. Okay? So, but I guarantee you'll be plugged up. Make sure you've got, like I've got a vacuum on and I'm wearing a dust mask doing this. Because this powder, it's very powdery, very fine. And there's not a doubt in my mind that it's not good for your lungs. So, you glue your lungs together and you're going to have problems. You fill up all them little air sacs in your lungs and you're going to have problems. So, remember your personal protection equipment. Always wear your safety glasses, your dust mask, and if you have it, make sure that you're carving with a evacuation system to pull the dust away from you. You know, even if this stuff is so fine, it gets on your hands and your clothes, and I mean, I don't imagine you'd be okay if you carved it outside, but still, that fine dust that you can't see, you'll be sucking that in like a Hoover. You don't want that. So remember to wear your personal protection equipment, please. Okay, yeah, I sound like a shop teacher, right? But hey, I'm glad them old shop teachers, even though they're crappy 1950s looking safety glasses they made you wear. It used to be like, oh man, why did I go wear these safety glasses? They're so uncool. Well, everybody else in the class is uncool too. Everybody else is wearing them, right? And now you're at home by yourself with all your wood carving surrounding you. They ain't going to make fun of you. But they will make fun of you, poke your eye out. So please wear your safety glasses and a respirator of some kind if you're carving epoxy. It's even a good practice if you're carving wood, because like cedar, you know, they used to use cedar for before there was pressure treated wood because bugs, it killed bugs. So if it can kill a bug, it can kill a rob, right? Right. But we don't got that good of cedar around here, so I don't even bother. We got like swamp cedar. I don't bother too much with it unless Jordy happens to send me some from the beach up there in Canada, which I have some of it. He has sent me some. Yep. So, yeah, we'll get into carving more of that and some of that tree bark. Yep, some of that cottonwood bark. Cottonwood bark. Matter of fact, there's a piece on the workbench right now. Looking for something to be carved into it. Maybe a wood spirit. It seems like cottonwood bark and wood spirits just go together. Bark of the tree, bark of the wood spirit of the tree. Yep. So, hope everybody's doing well out there. And all that good stuff. We're just working on that bottom lip, which we're going to end up cutting through. So we're going to have to make the mouth bigger and cut the next on our next swing with the mouth. See, we can just make the mouth bigger and bigger, and it just looks like he's yelling at somebody. And then we can put the, see, we had to put the bottom lip back in there again, because I kept cutting through. Oh, yeah, it's thin. I should have done more of a, this is like medium relief. I should have been doing just the low relief, where don't worry about having the nose poke out and all that stuff. Just put it in there and call it good. Now we're going to cut some hair in. And that's pretty much the end of it right there. Once we get all the hair cut in, I'm not going to put anything else on this layer. I'm just going to wrap that hair all the way around from one side to the other, like he's on a super fast motorcycle, and all the air is just pushing everything back. Just pushing it all back. Yep. Jordy Johnson over at Carve Fusion. How you doing, Jordy? Well, I know you're doing all right. Me and Jordy talk, we talk every day, on and off. He's always sending me pictures of what he's working on. I'm sending him pictures of what I'm working on, if I'm working on anything. Well, right now I'm working on this video. And we're cutting the mustache hairs in. We're still using that flame burr carbide. Fine teeth. It's got fine teeth. If you look at the carbide burrs on Amazon, the aluminum cutters are a really coarse tooth. I don't know what this would be classified. It's not, because all the ones that say for metal have like a crosshatch on the flute, and all the ones for aluminum are like a straight twisted flute, but they're look more aggressive. The flutes are bigger. Now this one is kind of weirdo one, because it's a fine flute twist. So is it made for aluminum? Maybe. Is it made for plastic and wood? Possibly. By the flute. Usually the coarser the flute, the better it is for wood. Like when you're using a bandsaw, you don't want like 20 teeth per inch. You want like 5 or 4 or 3. The less teeth there are, the bigger of a bite the blade takes, right? Okay, so share, subscribe, and like. Be awesome. Carve something awesome, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.